Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gridz here today, and welcome back to a new type of video. I say this every single time for some reason. But anyway, I have lots of people here with me. I have Conscious.
Yo, hello.
I have Trent.
Hello.
I have Hunter.
What up?
I have VC.
Hi.
Alright, so basically, what we're going to be doing, alright? We're going to be debating on what's the best generation of Pokemon. And we all feel very strongly about this, so this might get out of hand very quickly. So, let's get it. So, my list... Okay, let me explain how this is going to work, first of all, right? So, I have a list I've already made, and it's going to start off with my list. And they're going to see my list, and once they see my list, we'll start debating. So, yeah. My list is Gen 5 is S tier. Gen 5, S tier. Gen 1 is A tier. Gen 3 is B tier. Gen 4 is C tier. Gen 2 is D tier. Gen 6 is F tier. And Gen 7 is trash tier. Debate.
First of all, I like how every gen has its own tier, so you're basically doing a list, not a tier list.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. But that is how it's working, okay? Just calm down.
Okay. First of all,
Second of all, I don't like Pokemon, so yeah, I'm out.
fuck out of here. Shut up.
All I'm gonna say is Gen 1's way too high.
What do you mean? Gen 1's great.
That one's great. Yeah, you fucking wrong, Trent.
Okay. Grid, are we supposed to ask you why as well?
You can.
Why?
Okay, right? Gen 5 is just... it's
Okay, Gen 5 honors it, specifically Gen 1.
Okay, Gen 1?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, right? Okay, so it came out the womb with that fire.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, the Mons are like some of the most unique ones because it was the original one. You know what? Everybody knows it.
Okay,
You know?
you can't say they're unique when they're the first ones.
Mewtwo is great.
Say hello.
Huh?
Voltorb and Diglett say hello.
What the frick's that mean?
Magneton.
Pidgey. Rattata. None of these designs are original.
Caterpie.
Everything in the...
Caterpie.
Okay, everything in the next gen's copies off of what was made in Gen 1.
Doesn't make
There's
Gen 1 good.
5... There's now
The
7
Gen
Pikachus.
1 aren't original though.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. Pidgey's just a bird. Rattata's just a rat. They're not original.
It's an original
Caterpie's
concept.
Just a...
That's not a concept. That's just a bird.
No, it's a concept for the game.
I get it, we like birds, but...
Yeah, it's just a bird. There's nothing unique on it. It's literally just a bird.
Okay.
Rattata's just a purple.
What are you trying to say? Like, what gen you think should be in an A tier then?
A tier?
Yeah.
I'd say third gen.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I hate. Nope.
I like third gen.
I like third gen. I agree with you, but Gen 1's better than third gen.
Agreed.
I disagree.
Well, nostalgia aside, why is it better than third gen?
Ah. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Mewtwo is enough.
The crop of legend. The legendaries.
originality.
Gary was like one of the best rivals ever.
I agree.
Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza are better than any Gen 1 legendary.
No, Mewtwo, always all three of them. Yep, nope, stop it.
No.
I personally do prefer Rayquaza over Mewtwo though.
Yeah, oh, you know something I didn't think about though?
What?
Gen 3 does have Gen 1 in it.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
Fire Red Leaf Green.
And it's a better version.
I
It
would
is a
play
better
Fire
version
Red
of
Leaf
Gen 1.
Green.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the Gen 3 train now. because that version is...
No.
Okay, no, listen.
Nah, Gridz, you're Gen 1. No, buddy.
Okay,
You're
I wasn't
switch sides
thinking
now.
about it. I wasn't thinking about it, right?
That's why...
That
that's why I
version
was
is
saying
superiorly better.
Not like nostalgia aside, Gen 1's not everything like it's hyped up to be. Go back and play it. Like you want to rip your brains out by Misty.
Yeah, it's not that fun anymore. Outside of nostalgia, like Trent is saying.
So we moving up Gen 3.
What do you mean moving up? It's your list. You gotta stand by it.
What? I mean, I agree with this one. I didn't think about it. Okay. I'm sure some of y'all have something to talk about the Gen 4 being in C tier.
No, being it should be lower.
Okay, you gotta admit, Heart Gold and Soul Silver was good.
The only thing that saves Gen 4 for me is Heart Gold Soul Silver. Honestly, is Heart Gold. Soul Silver.
Do not disrespect Platinum here,
I
sir.
fucking hate it. I don't like the.
You're just a Gen 1 Charizard dick sucker here. So no.
I do enjoy Charizard. I do enjoy Gen 1, but I still
keep
stick
Gen 1 in your mouth all the time.
The thing is, I wouldn't say Gen 1's the best here. That's the thing.
Okay. The thing is, right? If you think Heart Gold, Soul Silver are like what A tiers to you, conscious?
S tier. I think Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Tier?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait.
In what? Like actual 4th gen is what? Like D?
D. So like
so the balance
4th gen is
tier,
a
right?
B.
So 4th gen overall to you, conscious, is a B.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's better than something like 1st gen or 3rd gen.
Gen 4 to me is better than 3rd gen.
Nah.
As much as I love 4th gen, I will admit the biggest problem with that game
It's so slow.
Okay, let me
is
be real
it's
for
slow because of the way the battles work out. It just didn't work.
I'm also not a fan of the deck in general.
Yeah, a good chunk of the decks is evolutions. Like, it's not a lot of unique shit.
I'm starting to disagree with my own.
But you can't argue though that those evolutions they brought in have been very impactful aids to Pokemon.
No, I disagree.
Saying that Gen 2, you could argue the same thing.
I would say, in that case, you could say, okay, what's some of the evolutions? You got Magmortar.
Okay.
Magmar arguably is better.
Magmazone.
Magnazone?
What? Magmazone.
Roserade. Magnazone.
Oh, okay.
Magnazone. Roserade. Do I need to keep going? Rhyperior.
These are Evos.
Frostlass.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't understand your point.
Yeah, we literally said most of those new things are Evos.
No, and I said those Evos have impacted Pokemon.
Every single Pokemon
the competitive scene
impacts Pokemon.
I disagree.
No,
a lot of Evos are low tier shit.
Magazone's OU, Roserade's UU.
That's a terrible argument, Hunter. Every gen has mons that go to OU. Every gen has mons that go to PU.
But no, what I'm saying though is he's trying to say those evolutions ain't shit. But I'm saying if you look at the competitive scene, the majority of them are still higher tier.
Hang on, stop. He's right because, like I'm saying, every gen has mons that go to OU. Just because their evolutions makes no difference to your point.
Yep. For example, me and Trent looked over this actually the other day. Things that were fucking OUU in 6th gen is like NU RU now. The meta's gonna change consistently. Also, Magnezone's not OU anymore. It's UU now. Just so you know. Roserade is RU now. Just so you know. So there might have been these high tiers, but because of how meta games work and how they change, things drop.
Okay, let's get to the point, right? Freaking, what are you guys arguing for on like his placement?
I think.
Wait, so where did you have 4?
Okay, I'll re-say the list now, just because I know. By the way, Vison can't see the list for people that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on the phone. Yeah. I apologize.
I am screen sharing it so everybody can see it, but Vison can't see it. So, Gen 5 is S tier, Gen 3 is A tier, Gen 1 is B tier, Gen 4 is C tier, Gen 2 is D tier, Gen 6 is F tier, and Gen 7 is trash tier.
I argue that Gen 4 is fine where it is, personally.
No.
I think it's fine where it is too.
I think I would personally put 4 1 higher.
I don't think so.
Just because I think
here's the thing though,
are my favorite and the best game.
I don't think they're the best games.
That, though, Gen 4's Elite Four and Gym Leaders are better than Gen 3's. And we've all
tell me one of them.
All agreed.
Your champion
is the best champion. Is the best champion in all the.
Have you seen the?
That's 1 out of 5, right?
Yeah. Rest of your.
Bro, have you seen the Elite Four? Bro, they look like Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, Flint does look like Ronald McDonald.
I'm sorry, like I can't give you that, Hunter. Like Aaron exists.
Your champion is cool. That's it. You have a champion.
Like you're trying to compare Aaron to Lorelei.
You're trying to say Steven is not a good champion?
Steven's a great champion. I enjoy
Cynthia shits on
Steven.
Nah. You could, bruh. I swept Steven with a Manectric.
Bro, I don't care. He's a better
I don't want to
champion.
hear shit.
He's a better
trash.
champion. Nah,
You can 6-0 his team. You can't 6-0 Cynthia's team without being
nah.
over leveled.
I am very much against the fact that Cynthia is the best champion. I think she's not even in the top 3.
Okay, I can't.
Okay, you're kidding yourself there, Gridz.
I think Alder's better. Personally, I think Alder's better.
I think Alder's a good champion.
Trash.
No,
Alder's a
Alder's
good
not
champion,
better
but you
than-
don't fight him until post game.
Yeah.
I think Alder,
the biggest
Lance,
problem with him.
Lance is better, and freaking Steven is better.
Gridz, you smoking crack.
No, I'm not.
Cynthia's team can sweep both of them.
Yo, we might be able to
Like I
agree
said,
on something though. The 6th-gen champion is trash.
Facts.
Oh, hot
Big facts.
garbage.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
Garbage.
That's
That's
trash tier
How you
for a
gonna
champion.
make a God of War and be the worst champion?
That whole Elite Four is trash. You can sweep it with a Charizard, literally.
The 7th-gen worse.
I disagree. I 100% disagree.
7th-gen is
I-
worse than 6th-gen.
I
disagree.
Which
think
one was seven?
I think 7 and 6 should
Sun
be
and Moon.
Sun and
switched
Moon, right?
purely
Trash.
because Usum saves 7th gen.
Yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are better than Omega Red and Alpha Sapphire.
You say Omega Red,
That's what puts it above. Yeah, wherever they are.
Omega Ruby, and Alpha. Bro, okay,
Yeah.
okay. The Delta story though.
But then Rainbow Rocket.
That
Gridz.
2 hours.
Ah, Rainbow Rocket, bro.
Yeah,
That was-
Rainbow Rocket.
Rocket was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Rainbow Rocket's there.
I disagree. I disagree
I-
so hard. They took out
What
the
is-
gym
what is
leaders,
the
which was one of the biggest thing that like was straight up just what Pokemon is, and it made the freaking trials just sucked.
But here's the thing. But
Variety
did
is the
they
spice
really-
of life, though.
You had to freaking
But-
play the game like
But
upwards of
could
2
you really
hours before
argue-
you could actually play the game.
But you
here's
have
the
to
thing,
take
though, Gridz,
consideration.
Could you
You have to-
argue that the gym leaders really got removed, though? They just changed their names.
They did get
to
removed.
Trial captain.
No, you didn't even have to
But-
battle the Tri-Captain. You battled the Totem.
Actually, in Ultra Moon, you actually do have to battle them. Actually.
In the originals, you do battle them as well. It's
Yeah.
post-game.
Yeah,
but you do
it's
battle them.
That's
just
post game
depends
though.
on
It's
the
not
trial.
gym.
No, in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you legit have to battle them. For one of the trials, you have to go back and battle them. To even do the
I
one
would
of the
take
trial.
6th gens 5 times over.
No.
I
I
would
would.
honestly.
I honestly
I-
think
I
6th
like-
gen is the worst gen.
Yes,
No.
agreed.
I disagree. The freaking objection.
It's unfinished.
Freaking-
It's unfinished.
No.
And the thing
They
is,
had
they
to put,
didn't-
they had
they
to
didn't-
put Zygarde's story into 7th gen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's talk about something else, right? The freaking Z moves or Mega Evolution.
Yeah, but Z-Moves broke the
Z-Moves.
game. Like, not in a
Yeah.
good
You think
way.
Z moves are better than Mega
Do-
Evolution?
Do you remember
Z-Moves
6th gen?
broke the-
The meta. Yeah, so did Megas.
Bro,
Do,
freaking
do you not remember Mega Kangaskhan?
bro.
Mega Mawile.
Okay.
It went Mawile from fucking RU or NU to
Yeah,
fucking
but
Urus.
here's the thing though. But Mega Evolution, not every single Mega was God tier. Not every Pokemon got one. In fucking Z moves, the fact that we banned Z moves in our league because we didn't want to deal with it should say that enough. We didn't
The thing
ban
is-
Megas.
The thing is,
Okay, you gotta think though, right? Freaking Mega, like, as a concept in general, to take freaking competitive out of the question real quick. As a concept in general, Mega Evolution is such more of a cool concept than Z moves.
Exactly.
No,
Z moves just a
am I-
nuke button.
in my opinion, I would much rather
I
use
mean-
Evolution over Mega. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh.
In all honesty, I would much rather have another
Like,
evolution.
like
If they really want to change mons that bad, give it another evolution.
Okay,
So,
I'm
give it
just-
another-
I'm gonna say
some of
something
those
else.
mons got Megas. Like, made it like we're never gonna get an evolution now.
Yeah.
The starters, like in 6th gen, I feel like they're better than the ones in 7th gen as well. Other than Rowlet, I feel like they're all trash.
I love.
I'd argue Incineroar.
Nah,
Incineroar.
Nah,
Incineroar's
Incineroar
dope.
trash.
I love
See,
Incineroar.
but I
I love
actually don't.
Rowlet.
Okay, I don't mind. I like the final
Primarina, like-
stages.
We
I
don't
talk
like
about
the
Primarina.
final.
See,
No,
I don't know.
no.
Dude,
We don't talk
you
about
can't-
Primarina.
I
Fairy's
like
better
the
typing
final
than
stage.
Dark.
The final stages are cool. It's just the first fucking 2 stages of Incineroar and fucking Primarina.
To be fair, you can
Well,
say- you can say it's like,
Go
oh,
look
no,
at the middle
six-
stages of every starter.
like,
dude.
six-
Hey,
like-
Gen 1, hey, Gen 1s and Gen 3s.
Again.
And Even Gen. Oh no, Print Pulp Slayer. Never mind. I was gonna say Gen 4, but Print Pulp Slayer.
Okay.
Like they're not.
Gen 4
bad.
starters is trash. I'm sorry.
You're
just
whole-
But
wrong.
that okay. I think
You're
Gen 4
wrong.
has the best pool of stars.
Yes, I agreed.
Other than I like Infernape. The
No,
rest are
the
trash.
thing is,
My son is there.
the thing is,
All
I
three
argue
of them?
Gen 4 arguably has the most balance of the starters because
They
each of them
literally can take
check.
each other out. They literally can take each other out.
I
Okay,
only
I'm
argue-
obviously outnumbered here. Should 6 gen go to trash?
Yes, 16 is
absolutely.
trash.
Absolutely.
I disagree, but we will do it. Heck you.
7.
Oh, I do want to amend that saying ORS is fun. It's decent, but X and Y are just so bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, the second games in the series, Usum was probably like we said, Usum is probably better than Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
We
Barely,
keep
but
saying
yes.
Usum. I keep
Oh, just
thinking
on-
it's a person, not a
Oh.
fucking. I'm like, who the fuck's Usum?
Okay, how do we feel about Gen 2? Because
Trash.
It's my favorite gen. So
I'm-
I'll say
I'm-
praises.
the base Gen
Anything
2?
you say about
Base Gen
anything
2,
you
yeah.
say about Gen 2, Gen 4, you can say the same thing about Gen 2. And if you Gen 2 is all fucking evolutions, I don't want to hear nothing against.
But
so
the
I better
thing
have that
is, Gen-
same
Gen-
energy.
No, hang on. Gen 2
Ah.
is like a proper legitimate sequel to Gen 1. So it should be full of like evolutions and stuff.
Also,
And you have to remember, that was meant to be
that
the
was
endpoint.
planned to be the end, yeah.
I would argue Gen 2 has the best rival ever created.
I agree. Has the best
Yeah,
rival.
Silver is
Paul?
better than
Oh,
Silver's better than
wait.
Blue.
Where's Paul?
The thing is,
Paul?
Paul is not a rival. If Paul was a legit
Who's
rival,
Paul?
Paul's anime.
yes,
Yeah, that's
He-
an
he-
anime guy.
Oh, is it?
He's not in the game.
yes.
Sorry.
If Paul, if
Your
Paul,
rival-
I was like, who the hell is Paul?
the thing is,
Your
if
rival in
Paul-
game is Barry.
If Paul had existed in the games, I would probably like 4 Gen better. 'cause
Bro,
he's
Barry was
such
the
a
worst.
good
Barry
Paul.
was the worst
What's
rival.
up?
Which one's Paul?
He's the dickhead who
The dickhead from the anime.
Bro, he's
Yeah,
he's
basically-
literally
Decent,
the second gen
decent,
rival put into the anime in 5th gen.
Yep,
Fourth.
Fourth.
4 Gen.
That was
And
5th
he's
gen.
just pretty much
Decent. No,
Paul
it
was
wasn't.
fourth.
Paul was
Paul was-
4th gen.
Wait, which one's Paul? Is that the
Paul-
purple hair?
Paul had a Star Raptor.
Yeah,
Wait, is that the
yep,
purple
Yeah,
hair?
Paul.
Oh.
Okay,
Yep.
because Paul is basically the rehashing of the dude that threw away the Charmander.
Who was it in
Like,
5th
right,
gen?
Right, okay.
Who was it in
Pretty,
5th
pretty
gen?
much. How?
No,
5th gen, bud. Not
Bianca and
Fifth
Sharon.
gen?
no, it
Okay,
wasn't.
Bianca,
No.
okay.
Hold on. No,
Bianca's way
no.
worse
In the
than
anime,
Barry.
there was like a dude that was kind of like them, kind of like Paul, but he was
For 5th gen, what was his name?
I forgot what his name is.
He's an
There's
asshole. He has a snivy.
Yeah,
For sake of your video Gridz, off topic.
Gids. My name
Yeah.
is
For
not
sake
Gids.
Gridz, it's just on my phone.
Heck you. Anyway, where do you feel like Gen 2 should be? Because it's in D tier.
Personally, it's an S tier.
Personally,
It's
that's
the-
where it belongs. That's where it stays. Gen 2's in that tier for a reason, Gridz.
Because
That's your
I would
best one.
personally say the same reasons that you were saying for 6th gen. Other than like little minor
But
things,
he-
I feel like
he's-
you could put 7th gen above it.
Here's my biggest question. Do we
What?
consider it as a sequel better than Gen 1?
I'm going to say this now. As someone who loves Gen 1, I argue Gen 2 is better than Gen 1. Because it takes because it visits a lot of the things that are left off in Gen 1. For example, Sabrina who had a big
The
big
Teenage
story.
Witch.
Oh my,
I hate you.
Basically, what I'm asking is, are we in consensus that Gen 2 is better than Gen 1, so it should therefore be above it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And
I
that
love-
means Gen 1 should drop down.
So that means Gen 4 should drop down to D tier.
No, that means Gen 4 should stay where it is.
No.
Gen 1 goes under.
Agreed. I think Gen 1 and 2 should
Yeah.
swap perfectly. Yes, agreed.
I think that Gen 4 should drop down to D, and that Gen 2 should go above Gen 1, and then Gen 1 should go down to C.
I can concur. I concur to that, Gridz. I can concur to that.
Because I don't feel like Gen 4 is better than Gen 1.
I agree
Yeah,
with you
but
on
we've
that one.
already made the statement that Gen 4 is a combination of an S tier games and a.
Well, it's not, that doesn't mean that it's better than Gen 1.
It is better than Gen 1.
No.
Though we already said that.
It's not.
We all were in agreement that Heart Gold and Soul Silver are pretty much the best games in the series.
Yes, I agree with that. Again,
So,
But
We're all
Diamond,
in agreement,
that would
but most of us-
automatically place it.
Diamond,
To be
Pearl,
hon-
and Platinum.
And as much as you shit on
Diamond, Pearl, and
you
Platinum
shit on
are not
Diamond
good.
and Pearl. Oh, here's
To
the thing.
be-
No, Diamond and Pearl, I'll give you are not good, but Platinum is.
It's
at
the
least
same
B
game with
tier
a
game.
distortion world. That's all it is.
I will say this now. You got lucky because if they counted AGSS as Gen 2, I think I would argue Gen 4 would have been F. Honestly. I fucking hated it.
I'd argue
even
Gen 4 would be T.
Oh yeah, if the remakes were considered Gen 2, Gen 2's winning this whole thing.
I love AGSS. Like those are some of the.
But
I can go back to games consistently and play back because they kept the story from Gen 2, added
And-
new Pokemon and all that shit. It was beautiful. It was
So this
But
is how
then
you feel it
also,
should
you
be.
gotta remember, Gen 4 brought also a lot of new things into the fucking game. Like, they improved the contests way better than they were in Gen 3. They added the fucking fossil excavation. That way you can get
That
any
was bad.
fossil. That was good.
That was bad.
I love the fossil excavation shit.
that was
Finding that fucking.
Bit
finding
conscious.
all the
We've already
fossils.
established you're the guy who's like all
You
the
hate
side
Gen
shit doesn't
4
appeal to.
regardless.
No, not even that. Side shit. I don't like side shit in games personally.
We just said that. We just said you don't appeal to that shit to you.
Okay, so you guys think that Gen 2 should go to B tier, right? And then Gen 4 should stay C tier. And Gen 1 should go down to D tier.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd like Gen 2 to be higher, but yeah, I'll settle.
so the current list is Gen 5 S tier, how about I said Gen A? Gen 3 is A tier, Gen 2 is B tier, Gen 4 is C tier, Gen 1 is D tier, Gen 7 is F tier, and Gen 6 is trash tier. Is there any arguments? No arguments?
I don't. Gen 5 is a weird one. Like, I don't know.
Gen
I don't-
5 has good mods.
Yeah, we haven't really
some-
touched on Gen 5. Just we're assuming it's the top. We
I
haven't really
Don't
talked
think
about
it really has competition.
Yeah, but why? Like, it's not my favorite. I
Yeah.
don't think it should be S tier.
Okay, the story in general with like and freaking the whole like Team Plasma thing. Where,
Okay. Like, before you go on, like, saying the good points, right? I agree, it's a fantastic game, but I'm saying, what does it do that excels it past like all the rest?
Okay.
the funny thing is, like, two things would jump out to me immediately.
I think the
Would you
Pokemon
consider-
World Tournament is one for me.
But that brings it up for me. But then you have Pokestar Studios, which is like makes me want to rip my fucking hair out because you have to do that. Pokestar Studios, you can't skip it. It has to be done to proceed in the game.
I feel like the Legends are one of the best Legends that have ever been added in the game. That are in those games. Freaking like the whole fusion things for Zekrom and Reshiram with Kyurem.
My problem with that is if they had actually showed us the fucking fusion, I would have been happy. My problem is they never.
So
showed
if you're
us
talking about the
goddamn
final form,
Oh, the original dragon.
fusion.
Oh, that would have been so. I wish they didn't make freaking Pokemon Gray and do it.
And the thing is, like, all these fan games make memes about it. They're like, "Oh, this is how the true Final Dragon look," and none of them actually fucking did. It's so triggering because
Bro, I feel like the
I-
Final Dragon would probably be like one of the strongest ones. Ever.
I agree with Gridz. I like Hero. I like Reshiram. I like Zekrom. Like
all
three.
the
I have
the what is it the
genies. I
the
like
genies
the,
and the things of justice. What is it?
the swords of justice
Swords of
are really
Justice?
cool. Keldeo,
See,
we'll talk about Keldeo.
That's the thing, though. I'm on the opposite side. I don't like Gen 5's Legends. Like, any of them, really.
Okay, like you say you're a big fan of Gen
Genesec's
2.
cool. Genesec's
Genesec's another
What
one. Yeah.
other than like the main Legends of Gen 2? Like what else is there? You could like I don't think Entei and all those guys outdoes that.
I actually like Entei.
I do like the Beasts more than all the Gen 5 Legends.
Hey, I
here's,
like
here's the thing. I will
Giratina,
give Gen
Giratina.
2. I'll give Gen 2 like the fact that one of the trio became like the star of its own game is kind of cool.
Mhm.
Ooh, what are we
For
talking about?
Suicune?
Suicune.
Oh, Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of say the same thing. Like Hiram has his roles in the Swords of Justice.
I was just pointing out it.
Wait,
Yeah.
Kirim never got his own game though.
Well, I know, but like Black 2 and White 2 were about Hiram fusing with things.
Yeah, I agree, Gridz. Like the Black 2 White 2 had a hard focus on Kirim. They gave Kirim a
Also,
lot of
that's
focus.
not one of the trio. That's like the third legend. That's happened before.
Yeah.
Like Rick Plaza got a game.
Wait, what's the third legend? What do you mean?
Like
Like-
there's
No, like
Reshiram,
the-
Like-
The,
Zekrom,
like
the-
the trio, like the lesser trios.
Well, yeah, but it
Oh,
had
He's
it.
talking about
It has it had more of a role.
Mesprit in them, and then well, like the Reg. No offense though, but the Reggies had their own fucking role. Better, the Reggies had probably the most.
No, but they never had their own
Interesting fucking
game.
thing.
That was the
Well, that's
point
the thing.
raised.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let's get something clear. What are you saying is like better than Gen 5, and what makes it better?
What am I saying?
Yeah, because
I-
you're the one making
I
the
don't
biggest
even know
argument
what
about
Werther was
this.
saying. What makes Gen? Okay, but here's the thing. What makes Gen 5 the best though? Like,
The thing
Yeah,
is,
that's my question.
I'm. The thing
It's
is,
just, it's kind of the same thing. What makes anything better?
I'm on board with Gridz here. I think if AGSS considered into the Gen 2 one, I would argue for Gen 2, but because it doesn't, and it's considered into Gen 4.
Gen 5 has some of the best designed Pokemon. It has some of the best
because
designed
there's so
legends.
many. What do you mean though? It has the biggest deck.
That doesn't matter, Hunter. It's about.
If you-
that argument.
It's
comparing,
really
like,
not by much though, Hunter.
But sir, what do you mean? It's like 125.
It's
That's not-
100. It's 156. Gen 1's 151.
51, yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work right now. But no, but what I'm saying though is,
Bruh.
that's quantity. So yeah, you're gonna have more well-designed Pokemon out of that 157.
Okay, that's a good other
than
point. There's
compared
more
to, like,
Pokemon.
Gen
It
3
also-
or Gen 4.
This is
It
a good
also
thing
has
for the game.
Basculin.
Yes, totally. Basculin makes the fucking generation. But
I will say for-
also,
Okay,
No,
yeah, listen, for
no,
a fish,
no.
for a fish, that's a cool fish.
The
That's
other way,
cool.
I hate Basculin. It's my least
But
favorite
here's
Pokemon.
the thing. It has fucking the trash can Pokemon, the garbage, the fucking ice cream cone.
I think they're all
a
cool.
gearbox. Like it has a bunch of fucking shitty ass mons too. Pointless mons that were just thrown in there to make the decks bigger.
Just putting this on the record, I consider Basculin like trash tier. I hate it.
Why? What's wrong with
Well, yeah, I
Basculin?
mean, you wrong.
Yeah, what's wrong with Basculin?
What's that do to you?
I just hate it. Okay, I'll go into it later. It's not related to the video.
Up to its timing, right? I feel like Gen 5 had the best animations for in-game as well.
It's well, that's when they started doing the 2D moving sprites.
Well,
Like the
yes.
2.5.
I said up to
Yeah.
its point. Yes.
Well,
it
technically we had moving sprites in Crystal.
Well, yes. But you also had moving sprites in Gen 4. 'Cause they're on the same platform.
I don't remember seeing Gen 4 sprites move unless it was in the
As they went into the battle.
They weren't constantly moving. They just had
Yeah.
to move animation when the battle started.
The music in Gen 5, I would honestly say, is probably one of the best soundtracks that they've added.
En's Room in Black and White 2 is better than Lavender Town. Just saying.
Hey. That one, dog. There's
Like,
Have you heard En's Room's theme in Black and White 2?
I've gave multiple
Yes.
reasons. Like, what else type of reasons? Like for any other game?
But
you
those
have?
are your opinions. Like I don't think.
Okay, but
The
I'm-
amount of, the
thing is-
amount of Pokemon doesn't make a game good. Like,
I'm on.
we all have Gen 1 low and it has the second most.
The thing is,
You're not giving me any
I don't
reasons
think
for
the
any other
music's
Pokemon.
anything special.
I'm on board with Gridz here.
That's your
My
opinion.
argument
Exactly.
is that because you cannot consider some of these games where they should go, like in the higher tier. If you can get the remakes of the games into the actual gen, then I would rate some things higher than others. But because
You're-
you can't-
But if we do that, it gives Gens 1 through 3 an inherent advantage.
Well, not Gen 3, because or as we all agree is booty.
I don't think it's booty. I think it's all right, but I don't think it would help Gen 3 that much. Gen 1 got
Gen
higher
2 would
rating.
automatically be the best.
Yes, I agree. HGSS alone. Yes, agreed. But because of that argument, because of balancing, because a lot of us don't think Gen 4 is just and the AGS is so great, it balances out to a middle ground. Same thing with, I think Gen 3 is okay, and I think Fire Red Leaf Green okay. So it's in the middle ground as just being.
Well, Gen 3 is in middle ground because it's A tier.
I think Gen 3. I think it's the same issue. Like I would argue for Gen 3 being much worse than what it is, but a lot of the other games don't have anything to boost up. I would argue Gen 2 is better than Gen 3, personally.
I could see that argument.
Gen 3 is so high is because it has the best version of Gen 1 included.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like Gen 2 because Gen 2 had what was it? Crystal.
It just had gold, silver, and crystal.
Gold,
it was just gold, silver, crystal. That's it.
Yeah, which are decently good games.
I would personally, I would say Gen 4, right? It would be above the original Gen 2, but the Diamond and Pearl are holding it down below it. That's what's making it not as good.
I personally think this list is fine. I don't have.
I do too, because yes, you can make arguments about like what is it that makes it so good, what is it, all this stuff, but you have no argument for any other thing that could go above it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's just basically point of contention between 3 and 5. Personally, for me, I agree with 5's edges out 3.
Yeah.
Not by much, but personally, it just edges out 3 for me.
And
if it was down to choosing between the two, then yeah, I'd say 5 is better.
Yep. I don't think us as a group can come to a reason why Gen 2 or 4 or
come
1,
to a
7 or
reasonable
6
type conclusion.
are better than 5. Yeah.
Come to a reasonable conclusion.
So, no offense, Gridz. I think 5 won out of technicality. No offense to 5. 5 is a good game. It won out of technicality because we can't add other games to the remakes to their original generations and stuff like that.
I mean, personally, I know you guys. If it was like if we just listed all the games down, you would say HGSS is the best game.
Oh, 100%.
But
100%.
If we're going by gens like this, there's nothing that can really edge over Gen 5. In my
I agree.
opinion.
Anybody else got an argument with that?
All right. So
I don't think like Gen 3 was good, but it's not enough. I don't think.
Yeah. I would argue. What's it called? Emerald was really good.
I liked Emerald.
Yeah, it felt different. I don't know. It felt different.
Emerald is the same
Emerald's
thing
great.
as fucking Platinum, though. It's the same game, just adding one new thing into it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Emerald's
You
great.
fucking hypocrite.
I will
That's
say
not
I
true.
think Ruby and Sapphire are good too, though.
That's not true at all. You realize that
What
Emerald,
is okay? What does Emerald add to the game? Gen 3 games that is not already in the game.
Gen and Emerald, you fight both evil teams.
The only
For one,
thing is,
no, you
that's
fight
the-
both evil. No, you also get a new champion. You get a new
Okay.
gym leader. The story is changed as well, a little bit as well.
what is changed in the story besides you fight both? Okay,
I ain't
so
gonna lie, I agree
that's
with Hunter.
the one you. That's the
Yeah.
one unique thing about Gen 3
I'm
is
sorry,
there's two
Conscious.
teams.
Yeah, you were wrong on this
You
one.
can't say you're being hypocritical because you hate Gen 4. They're the same damn thing, Platinum and Emerald. It fixes what the fucking other two games had wrong with it.
Okay,
That's it.
but you want to hear what the funny thing is? The other two games didn't have that much wrong with it compared to fucking Diamond and Pearl. Wow.
Regardless, it's still doing the same thing though.
Okay,
Wait, Honor, you said Platinum fixed what was wrong with Gen 4. That's not true.
It's still
It's still,
It's still
so
slow.
shit and boring.
That's the only thing they didn't change.
they didn't
That's
change the
a
fact that it was
big
boring.
thing.
But
But
I
that's the
agree with
main
you.
thing
That's
that
the
makes it
reason why
bad.
Gen 4 is bad, though. But Gen 4's story is better than Gen 3's, and if you say it's not conscious, you're full of shit.
Bro, I'm about to play you saying
Team
that's why Gen
Platinum-
4 is
Team-
bad 5,000 times.
Okay, Honor, I'll be honest. I could not tell you Gen 4 story right now.
I couldn't either. It's
If you look
I
at
could-
it's
the
very
I could
forgettable.
tell
teams,
you Gen
though,
3's.
so, what Gen 3's is what? I'm gonna conquer the world and flood it, or I'm gonna
You
fucking
know
make
it.
it all land.
You know it.
You
I know
it.
Gen
Cyrus
Yeah.
wants to just fuck up everything. He doesn't give a
Cyrus-
shit.
Fuck. Exactly. He's like, everyone can fucking die. I don't give a fuck.
Well, no. If you're talking about
Okay.
that, if you're talking in that case, I would argue fucking Gen 6 is fucking villain, fucking just trying to blow up the fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
He
like,
was,
the
he,
same
he's
thing.
basically
Lysandre.
copying Cyrus's.
Lysandre crazy. By the way, this is random
Well,
as
he's-
crap, but in Gen 7, Lysandre's theme is fire.
I agree.
Yes.
That man's trying to blow up the world. He didn't give a shit about
That's
anything.
exactly what Cyrus was trying to
So I
do.
was trying to blow up the universe.
No. Cyrus trying to reset the universe in his image. No, Lysandra said, I don't give a fuck. I'm killing everyone. No, Cyrus not trying to. Cyrus is trying to reset the world in his image. That's a difference.
Okay.
Resetting the world.
Okay.
That's what Lysandra said
Okay.
he was gonna do.
Order the court.
Blowing up.
Okay. Whoa.
Man,
All
my
right.
man played Ace Attorney one time.
Objection!
Okay, so I think we came to the conclusion that this is the best. Well, this is what we've said is the best, tier list wise for gens. Right. For
Hypocrite ass niggas.
okay, listen, with Gen 3, right? At least they're good games. Okay. Anyway,
Hypocrites.
I hope you guys did enjoy this long argument. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe. And much appreciated. Also, I don't think any of these guys do anything on YouTube or anything, but you could follow them on Twitter.
Sub the Nest.
Oh yeah, the Nest. Yeah, Nest. We do stuff on the Nest YouTube.
Yes.
It's in my sidebar, so if you want to go and check it out in the sidebar, there it is. Also, you can follow these guys on Twitter because they have
Hey, if
Twitter.
you like wrestling, look at VC's Twitter.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, wrestling.
Okay, I might not recommend that one. Anyway. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.